Hello, Algebra 1 class, it's Miss Odell. And today we're going to be on lesson 2.3, which is solving linear equations in one variable. Okay, we're going to start on page 54 and we are going to work through page 58. All right, so tomorrow I'll be going over the answers on this video. So you are to make sure that you have them completed by 11:30 this evening and turned in. Okay? Please let me know if you have questions. We're still solving equations, but these equations involve more than one step, which we have already been doing one-step equations, okay? So stay with me today, and let's work through some of these together. All right, so simply, if I have 2x plus 3 equals 5, remember what your goal is when you're solving for equations is to isolate the variable. Where is the variable? X is your variable. Now, you will notice that I have 2 times x plus 3 equals 5. Now, what you're going to do here is you are going to move this 3 to the other side through its inverse operation, okay? So what you do to one side, you must do to the other, all right? So let me rewrite this problem. We have 2x plus 3 equals 5. Notice I left some room here because what's the inverse operation of a plus 3? Minus 3. Notice I'm doing that same thing and I'm doing it to both sides. Okay, so that cancels. And then I have 2x equals 5 minus 3, which equals what? Equals 2. Now, because 5 minus 3 is 2, and it's a positive 2. Now, I have 2x equals 2. We know how to do that, right? That's what we just did. You're going to divide both sides by 2, and x equals 1. We can check our answer, folks. 2 times 1 plus 3 equals 5, which is 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 equals 5. All right, so let's move on to another. All right, guys, so everybody look on page 54. Everybody look on page 54. This is your steps on page 54 at the very bottom. All right, here's the steps that you're going to follow. All right, so step 1, of course, you're going to simplify. That's what they call it, simplify. And what they mean by that is you're going to use your inverse operation and remove as much as you can to the other side with leaving your variable on the left. The variable needs to stay on the left side of the equal sign, okay? So you want to isolate your variable. So you're going to use your inverse operation. Make sure you're taking notes on this as well, guys. The second thing you're going to do, of course, is you're going to then do your second step of isolating your variable. As I did in the previous problem, I had to do subtraction first, and then I had to isolate my variable by moving the number over through division, okay? And then you want to solve, and then you want to check your answer. Okay? All right, let's move on together, okay? So, let's do some basic ones here, and then we will. All right, so let's say that we have 12 equals 2x plus 4x. Now, remember what side we want our variable on. We always want it on the left. So I'm going to rewrite my problem. Remember, when you rewrite it, you want to keep your signs the same. So I'm going to rewrite, which is 2x plus 4x equals 12. okay? Now, I'm going to simplify. Can I simplify by adding any like terms together? Yes, I can actually, because 2x and 4x are like terms. So 2x plus 4x is 6x. 6x equals 12, correct? Now, remember I have 6x, which is the same as multiplying 6 times x. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And I'm going to have x equals 2. Remember, I can check my work. If I have 2x plus 4x equals 12, I know the value of x now. So I'm going to substitute that in as 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 4 times 2 is 8. When you add 4 plus 8, you get 12 equals 12. And that is correct. All right, let's do some more together. How about if we think about, okay, here's a good one. If we have 8x plus, let's do this again, minus 2x equals 4 times 3. Now remember, you need to simplify anything that you can before you start isolating your variable, okay? So simplification, okay? You want to combine any like terms or add or subtract or multiply anything that you can. And in this case, we can simplify these and these terms, okay? Now, 8x plus 2x is what, folks? 10x. 4 times 3 is 12. Now, I'm going to divide, back up here, guys, I goofed. 8x minus 6x, 8x minus 2x is 6x times 12. Now, let's divide both sides by 6. Because we're isolating our variable. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Let's substitute that in. 8 times 2 is what? 16 minus 2 times 2 is 4 equals 4 times 3. 16 minus 4 is 12. And 4 times 3 is 12. So my answer for x equals 2 is correct because I was able to check it. All right, let's do some more together. All right, let's look at, let's say, sometimes yeah. All right, so let's say we have 5x minus x plus 6 times 3 equals 30. Let's scratch that. Let's do something different here. Let's say we have 5x okay, let's say we have 5x plus 8 equals 38. I want to make sure you guys understand. So let's do some easier ones here before we start really doing some big simplification, okay? So here we know that we want to isolate our variable. So if we have 5x plus 8 equals 38. I'm going to do the inverse operation of a plus 8, which would be a minus 8. And that's going to cancel that out, and I'm going to have 5x equals 30. Now remember, this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. Let's divide by 5. So x equals 30 divided by 5 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 8 equals 38, and our answer checked, okay? So I think I'm going to change your assignment, okay? So tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do is you're going to get some worksheets to practice what we're doing here today, and then tomorrow we're going to do some work in the book because there's a lot of simplifications, and I want to make sure we understand the basics before we move on to the most difficult. But your secret word today is equation. Equation. So, private message me, equation. Tell me that's the secret word, and you will earn a 5-point bonus. or a homework pass. I'll let you choose which one you want. 5-point bonus or homework pass, all right? Algebra class, make sure that you send me that secret word, equation. All right, moving on here, guys. So let's do a few more. Let's say we have 5x plus 4 equals 19. Now, in this situation, I want to isolate my variable, but I have to get rid of my whole number first through its inverse operation. And if you remember the other day, I had told you that what's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. If you want to subtract it from both sides like that, you can. In fact, some places teach you to do it that way, which cancels, equals 19 minus 4, which is 15. Then you're going to divide both sides by 5. X equals 3. You can plug that back in. 3 times 5 would be 15 plus 4 equals 19, and that is 19 equals 19. Okay? So now I'm going to up here, and I want you to do it, and I'm going to pause for a minute and give you a chance to see how well you do, okay? So let's say we have 9x plus 4 equals 40. All right, so think about what you're going to do first. Okay, so remember you're going to isolate your variable, and if you want to do it the way that I just showed you, you're going to do the inverse operation of this. So what's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. So 9x, because, what am I doing? It's minus 4. All right, so 9x, remember this cancels, equals 36. And a positive 40 subtracting a negative 4 gives you a positive 36. Remember those integer rules, okay? So divide both by 9. X equals 4. You can substitute that back in to 4 times 9 is 36 plus 4 equals 40. And that does equal 40. All right, let's do one more, and then I'm going to let you loose on doing some problems on your own, okay? This time if you have x over 3 plus 8 equals 9. What are you going to do first, folks? You're going to subtract 8 from both sides. Then you get x over 3 equals 1. Now, what's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So let's say you're going to multiply both sides by 3. And of course, when you're multiplying fractions, you know you have to put it over 1 in this case, and this would cancel, and you would have x equals 1 times 3 is 3. And that would be your answer, and you can substitute that because 3 divided by 3 would be 1. Ultimately, 1 plus 8 is 9. All right, so I'm going to post you of those worksheets. Please feel free to let me know if you're having questions, okay? Have a great afternoon.